Coach, I'm sure it felt great to get in the win column. How did you see things kind of turn in this exhibition? And ultimately the execution was up, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think our execution can always be better. Obviously, from where we've been the last few games, you're going to take the win and enjoy it and learn from it and continue to build. But there's definitely parts of our game that's going to take time. I've said all along, and it's. I know it was an exhibition game where they don't count in points, but a lot of players left that game feeling good about themselves, which is really important, especially as we prepare for Lake State, where now we know that these games mean everything when it comes to the standings.
Actually, a couple minutes ago, you were excited to see 6 different goal scorers. How big of a boost of confidence is it for just mixing and matching and seeing different guys get on the board like they did Friday?
Yeah, I think anytime you can have that, what it shows is depth. A lot of times, if I've been on teams where one line does all the scoring, and you rely on them to do that, other teams can make adjustments and shut them down. But in this case, it was nice to get a lot of different players, get that first goal, maybe of college hockey, or first point, and more so just getting that win, as a group and getting in the locker room with the win song and, just kind of seeing your 2 months of hard work, kind of come together. And like I said, hopefully not knowing how this weekend's going to turn out, but hopefully we can build off that.
Good time in net from Tyler and Jacob. What were your main takeaways from their play in between the pipes?
Yeah, I thought they did well, both goalies. Like I said, 2 of the 3 were kind of unfortunate bounces probably. The breakaway goal, went 5-hole there on Palms. I'm sure he'd maybe want that one back, but that was a real bad defensive lapse in our neutral zone. So some things we need to clean up there too. I thought for the most part we did a pretty good job of eliminating second and third chances, and both those guys made the saves that they needed to make.
What's the excitement level from this group getting into conference play now and having a chance to go try and beat Lake State?
Yeah, like anything, I think we're just excited. It gives us another weekend to evaluate, see where we're at, be able to make adjustments, be able to build on certain aspects of our game and correct certain aspects of the game. So, we're looking at it as an opportunity to get on the road, get away from kind of the distractions, and road's sometimes a fun time, because you don't have even from a coaching standpoint, our players don't have everybody kind of wanting your time on those weekends. For me, whether it's taking kids to sporting events or people calling last minute for tickets or anything along that, right? When we're on the road, you just get to focus on hockey, and I think from a player standpoint, it's always a nice thing as well too.
Stands out about the Lakers.
Same thing. They played 6 games. They're 2-2 in their non-league games and 2-0 in their exhibition games. So 4-2 on the season. They're scoring goals. They've got a lot of new players, a lot of new excitement up there too, and they're playing a lot of good hockey. So it's a tough rink to play in. For a lot of our guys, they have the benches on the opposite side, unlike how most teams have it. So that's a little adjustment, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be two teams that are going to battle, and I think every team goes into the weekend trying to get points. And right now we just got to focus on Friday, and we'll worry about Saturday when that comes.
Coach, with entering CCHA play this weekend, what do you want to see out of your team entering their first conference weekend, especially for some of your new players, their first time playing a CCHA opponent?
Yeah. Well, I think when we talk about new players, I need to see more consistency out of everybody. I need our team to play a much heavier, hard-nosed style game inside the dots. We gotta be difficult to play against, and we gotta be difficult for the opponents because of how we want to play inside the blue paint. So one thing we've been working on a lot this week is trying to get those second, third opportunities and battling net front, and I'd like to see that specifically out of all our guys.
Did you like how your team crashed and then was playing in the blue paint on Saturday?
At times, out of it, I thought there's some real good second, third opportunities, but you can never get enough bodies around that net and be able to kind of hack and whack in goals, right? So it's really important that we not just get to the net front, but you got to get there with a purpose and a mindset, and when to push off guys and get into loose coverage and be able to find side plays off it. So it's a work in progress for our guys, but just something we're going to continue to harp on throughout the next few weeks.
Coach, your team won 45 faceoffs on Friday. They won the faceoff battle in both games against Niagara. What has made your team so successful in the faceoff dot so far this season, and how has that helped your team so far?
Yeah, well, face-off ready is such a big thing we talk about because it's the only time in the game where it's a true 50-50 puck, and everyone has to be included on that. Centermen not only, but the wingers and D have to engage and do a good job on box outs and getting to their ice and knowing when to kick back. I think we scored, like I said, 3 or 4 goals off face-off plays in the game. So anytime you can win that battle, you start with puck possession, so you dictate the next play. So for us, it's always a point of emphasis.
Is there any main thing you want to see your team improve?
Oh, lots. Yeah, we're at a stage we probably don't have enough time right now to go through it all, but we're always looking to improve. We're always looking to get better in areas. We want to make sure that at the end of the day, I want to see us stay connected as 5. I want to see 5 in each zone. I want our D to get up the ice and play with pace. I want our forwards to track back. I want to see 5 in the O zone, 5 in the neutral zone. I want to see short shifts, good puck deposits, good discipline, all things that we control. I'd like to see better.
Online folks, any questions?
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Good, thanks.
Good. I was going to talk about the face-offs, but I was beaten to it. But what are your feelings overall on puck management throughout the game?
Like anything, I think any game can have better puck management. I think I was at the Edmonton-Detroit game on Sunday night, they probably need to have better puck management. Out there watching it, we need better puck management. It really dictates. Sometimes you have to play a game where you make their D turn and start to wear them down. If we make it easy and not have them come 200 feet, then they're gonna have an advantage. So something we want to continue to harp on, but we don't want to just dump a puck. We want to deposit in areas where we make sure we have at least a good chance of retrieving that puck back. So definitely an area that we want to continue to build on.
Now, my numbers may be off slightly, but I counted out of your 34 shots, 11 of them came from defensemen. Is that something you're focused on, trying to be a little more deceptive with the puck at the blue line to get shots through to the net?
Well, I think it's always what you get. Offensively, you want to spread them out. Defensively on the puck, you want to, swarm and keep them in a quadrant. But for us, anytime we can get a puck, like anybody, working low to high, trying to get seam play, stack screens. If it's not there, you're back in the trapezoid. You're coming out the weak side. You're continuing to spread them out. You want your D to be active, slashing through. There's a lot of different components to it, but obviously if you see pucks coming from our point, or D have done a good job of getting their head up, getting shots through, and a real good job by our forwards making early decisions with that puck to get it up high so our D have more time with it.